The House of Drear, Chapter 15, Part 2. Mr. Small looked at his watch. "Lord, it's late," he said, "and my wife is there, locked in the twins' room. I forgot all about her. Oh, I hope she didn't turn brave and venture out to clean up the mess they made in the kitchen." "Something happened?" Mayhew asked. "What brought you all here so unexpectedly in the first place?" "We came here, I guess, to accuse your father of trying to run us out of the house," Mr. Small said. "I was just so mad, I didn't think much about it. I just got over here as fast as I could." Then he explained what had been done to the kitchen. "What a bad thing, a sinful thing," said Pluto. "They'll stop at nothing, nothing." Trembling, he tried to stand and nearly fell. Mr. Small caught him in time and braced him in his arms. "Father, you're ill," Mayhew said. Let's get him out of the heat of this place," Mr. Small said. He helped Pluto up the ramp and out of the cavern. In the cave, Mr. Pluto lay down heavily upon his bed. "Ah," he said, "I'm tired tonight." "You stay right here until I get back from taking Pesty home," Mayhew said to him. Pesty still rode on Mayhew's shoulders. "Oh, son, I'll be all right," said Pluto. "I feel so much better just having Mr. Small know about the cavern. You see, he is a historical man, an educated man. He will know what to do with it all, Mayhew." Don't worry any more about it," said Mr. Small. "Your son and I will take care of things." Outside, they slipped through the trees on the hill. "It was them that did it to the kitchen," said Pesty to Mayhew. "Which ones?" he asked her. "River Lewis, too?" "No, not him," said Pesty. "After he seen Mr. Small at church, he told them to leave off, but they wouldn't listen. They was afraid because he was a historical man. He would find the treasure before them. They think to scare Mrs. Small so she'd want to move into town. But not Mackie." "No? Mackie wouldn't do it?" asked Mayhew. "No," she said. "Mackie, he told them he was tired, and then he said to them that he was going to make a friend out of Thomas. He got slapped down for it, too." Thomas was pleased to hear that Mac Darrow liked him. He was almost sorry the boy had got slapped for wanting to be friends. I'm going to stop right there and point out I think this might be one of our notice and note signposts. And it's either contrast and contradiction, again and again, or memory moment. And you need to decide which one you think that is. Come up with a question, and what do you think the answer is to that? But maybe it serves him right, Thomas thought. He did let me fall in the hole under the front steps. He thought to himself that maybe Mac Darrow had a bicycle. If he did, they could ride around and have dogs bark at their wheels. He sure hoped Mac Darrow had a bicycle. So it was just the three of them, said Mayhew. Wilbur and Russell and River Ross. They should be ashamed of themselves, acting like vandals on Halloween. "You have any ideas on how to handle them?" asked Mr. Small. "Call the police," said Thomas. "Just call the law and have them put away." Mayhew laughed to himself. "That would give me great pleasure," he said, "but taking care of them is easier than that. If their level is that of overgrown boys making mischief, then that is the way we'll have to treat them." "How so?" asked Mr. Small. "Let me get Pesty home," Mayhew said. "I want to hear," cried Pesty. "I want to know what's to happen." "You'll be in on it, good girl," Mayhew said. "Right now, it's time to run you home." He began to trot through the trees. Then he stopped and called back to Mr. Small. "You folks going to be up a while?" "I expect we'll clean up the kitchen," Mr. Small called back. "I'm much too wound up to sleep." "Then I'll come by for a while," Mayhew said. "I'll help you with the kitchen if you want." "That's kind of you," said Mr. Small. "But hadn't you better get back to your father?" "I won't stay long with you," said Mayhew. His voice was farther off. He was moving again. "I want to give you an idea of what I have in mind for the Darrow boys." "Will you need our help?" called Thomas. "Yes," Mayhew called back. "We're about to become a company of actors."